Hi there. Welcome to another episode of On the Couch with Precision Turf. Get that intro. Welcome back. I'm so glad to have you in the office today. I need a pair of glasses to look smarter than I really am. Okay, what are we doing today? We are talking about behavioral interviewing. When people come in to interview, so you've recruited through your people, you've recruited through Facebook marketing, you've narrowed down your candidates, you've got them in the door. What do we do next? Well, we talked about hiring based on who somebody is, not what they know. So, shocker, here's a shocker. When we interview, because this is a process that we set up so it doesn't have to be me. When we interview people at our company, we rarely even ask them about lawn care experience. We'll go into it a little bit sometimes if they have lawn care experience, but it doesn't come up. It is not one of our questions that we ask. This is a process we've narrowed down. Somebody that's actually coming in, so it's either somebody that already works for you that has recruited somebody else, or you've narrowed down your Facebook candidates and you've actually got somebody coming in to sit down for an interview. So what do we do next? Well, we have a questionnaire of 10 to 12, 13 questions that we ask people who come in. And you and I have talked about this before, we hire people based on who they are, not what they know. So when they come in, if they have lawn care experience, we'll talk to them about that a little bit, but most of the time we don't ask any questions about lawn care experience. Again, because we're hiring on character. We're doing a behavioral interview to see where they're at as a person and can they grow. Let's go through some of these questions that we ask the people that we're interviewing. And let me be clear, do not skip this part. It is further along in the process of solidifying in someone's brain that this is a legitimate place to work. Set yourself apart as a lawn care owner or a service business owner. This works for any service business pretty much. Set yourself apart to where when they come to interview with you, you're way more professional than 98% of the other lawn care companies that they may go interview with. So if they're gonna make a decision based on how professional that they feel that the organization is that they want to work for, they're going to work for you because you actually had an interview. Okay, be serious about the people you hire, and the people you hire will be serious about working for you. I guarantee it. So some of the questions, okay, we're going to run through these really quick. They're going to come in, you're going to get to know them, small talk, make sure to tell them your name once or twice. First question is, what's something you used to believe that you no longer believe? We're going to go through what each of these questions mean. Why are we asking these questions? So this unlocks a person's ability to change. Okay, so they may give you an instance of where they've changed in your life, and if they can't think of anything, it's kind of a red flag, but you can go through the rest of these questions to determine if there's somebody you want to bring on or not. Who are the competitors at your last company, and how did you set yourself apart? We just want to see how aware they are that what makes the company set apart and how much do they pay attention to that, okay? That if they can answer that question well within their crew leader material or operations manager material or higher level in your organization. Tell about your best days and your worst days at work. Hey, most of these questions are just copied from a lady I saw on YouTube. I'll link her video below. Tell me about your best days and your worst days at work. So we want to get their outlook, their perspective. If they answer their worst days first, then they're probably tend to lean a little bit more towards the negative side. If they answer their best days first, they're probably a little bit more optimistic. It also shows like what makes that person tick. Like what does a best day look like? Well, they're telling you when they have their best days, so they're telling you what they value. Next, if I called your current boss, what would they say about you? Now, they may not have a current boss. They may, and you might not have been able to call them because they didn't want you to. This is a good question for how they view themselves, not necessarily how other people view them. So it may make some people uncomfortable, but get them to answer the question. The purpose is to learn more about them. Is there anything outside of work that you're excited to work on? We want to make sure that they have something that they're excited to work on outside of work. It gives you an insight into their life a little bit, and what their hobbies are and what their goals are. Someone without any goals, you're going to have a hard time motivating them. This is a very interesting one. You have 2 teleportation devices. Where do you place them and why? This is just a small test for critical thinking. Okay? It would be like, hey, I put one at my house and I put one at the lake that I always go to so that I could get there quicker. It's just a critical thinking question. Here's a good one. Do you remember my name? We really ask people that, and you would, it really makes people uncomfortable if they don't. If they do, it's just, bam, I got it, let's move on to the next one. But you want to test their retention skills and how much they actually pay attention when they shake somebody's hand or do anything. When you're telling them something, how much do they retain? If you came into some money and you didn't have to work, why would you still work? We want to make sure that they have some kind of purpose, right? If you get somebody that says, man, I just sit on my butt and just watch TV, well, you don't want them to work for you. Next, describe the last significant conflict you had at work and how you handled it. This is just a processing, how do they handle conflict? We want to hire people for who they are, not what they know. We can teach them how to do something, but someone will get fired if they don't know how to handle other people well. And that boils down a lot to their personality and how they interact with others. Next question, why do you want to work here? This just gives you a little insight. Do they know anything about your company? Do they know what's special about it? Or are they just looking to make a little money? We talked about a couple videos ago, I'll link it above, having a why, having a purpose. So you want them to latch onto that, and it's great if they know that up front. If they don't, you want to share it and sell it, okay? Next, tell me an area where you need to grow. Again, a person's ability to change. There's a lot of things that are going to change in your business. If you're starting from zero and you're growing, a lot of things are going to change, okay? How well do they handle that change? Are they able to grow with that change and make positive changes in their life? Because if people can't change, they're not going to be able to roll with your business, because there are changes that are going to happen over and over and over and over, and you may implement a change and then have to change it again, because it's not working out. Tell me about a situation you had to depend on someone else to get the job done. How well can they work as a team? This is very important. Everything we do here is based on teamwork. If you finish your yards faster than the other crew and you're close to the same area, call them. You need help finishing up yards. If you're just a me person, you're not going to work out here, and they're probably not going to work out for you either. Everything we do is based on teamwork. And then the last question is there something I didn't ask you that I should have? This just gives them a chance to shine. Like, what's important to them? They may say, here, well, you didn't ask me anything about lawn care. Well, okay, what would you want me to ask you about lawn care? And then they're going to tell you the question that they want you to ask them. So it puts a light on maybe what's important to them. So each question and each answer is a behavioral clue. Again, I watched this video on YouTube, and most of this is just regurgitated. I'll link it below. But when they come in, you want to have them sit down and answer these questions so that you can get an indication of who they are. Each answer, each type body language that they give, all those things are clues into who they are. And so you need to read through those and see who they are. Who are you? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Who are you? Who are you? If I ask you that, who are you, you might not be able to answer, but if I went through these questions with you, I'd have a better idea of who you are. Hey, thanks so much for watching. We really appreciate you being here. If you've gotten any value from this video, please hit that like, share, subscribe, smash it if that's something that you're into. On the next video, we're going to be walking you through the paperwork, the onboarding process of when you actually decide to hire somebody. What paperwork do you have them fill out? What do you give them? What are the expectations of that employee? How do you protect yourself as a business owner? All those things. So remember also, love God, love others, and let your work reflect that. We'll catch you on the next one.